Hello YouTube, I'm David with the David West channel. Well, here is a goldenrod that I've been waiting probably about 10 days to dry out. I was kind of waiting for all these leaves to turn brown, and some of them did. But they are sufficiently dry. They just retained a bunch of that green coloring. So I want to use this goldenrod for hand drill, but before we start, just like we did on the horseweed, I want to take and see if I can break down these leaves into a powder and use them in the fire roll. I got half of them laying on the ground right now, but maybe this will powder up for us. Maybe this will be enough. When you're trying different plants, for fire roll, Rudiger roll, you want to get them as powdery as possible. You don't need all that fiber in there. One reason is because all of that fiber keeps the roll fluffy, keeps it from compacting down. Another reason is powder will ignite a whole lot easier than a piece of fiber. So as you try all these different fillers like I did when I first started doing the fire roll, break it down into its powdery form, most powdery form. But usually when I experiment with something, I don't know if it's going to work or not. I don't want to put a whole lot of effort in it till I see if it's even going to work. So we'll get rid of all of this. And we'll try that. And you really sort of need to get it finer than that, but we'll go with that. Let's see if that'll get tight enough, because that's some pretty fluffy stuff. We'll see if it'll compact like it should. And I've gotten rid of all the residue, the ashes residue off my boards, because we want to see if it's just strictly the goldenrod that's making the ignition. Supposed to be a lot cooler out here in the next several days. Today's 90-ish. In the next few days it's going to be in the 80s. See, I'm having trouble compacting it because all that filler was so fluffy. Wow. If it's really ignited, that was kind of easy, wasn't it? Sometimes you go through all this and it's not even ignited. I believe in getting oxygen to it, but I don't really like tearing into them. Just flexing it like this will force some oxygen into it. Wow. Goldenrod leaves are going to work for us too. I didn't know it. It's pretty weak though. Has a very weak ember. But it's enough. It's enough with pine needles. All right. Goldenrod will fire roll. It was a weak ignition, but it was enough. Someday it may be all that you have. I believe it's a stronger ignition than the Horseweed was, so that's good to know. Right. The people that take care of the roads and stuff for this subdivision are here. They seem to know when I'm trying to make a video. Let's go ahead and cut this down and see if we can get a hand drill ember out of this goldenrod. And let's see, we'll cut it off right here. It's about 2 feet long. And you want to scrape the end off. Very tiny pith, can you see it? I like to chamfer around the edge just a little bit, sort of keep it in the notch. Keep it in the divot. Alright, here's that tulip poplar fireboard that you saw me use in my last video. Let's try it again. It's very soft. I might have to get another fireboard because this spindle is very hard. This is very soft, but let's give it a try. Well, I'm all the way through the board and I do not have ignition. I'm going to go get the short leaf pine fireboard. It's this one right here. Board is just too soft, so let's try this. This has been a great fireboard here, this short leaf pine. I'm hoping to get one more divot right here on the edge before this board takes its drastic upswing. This would probably be a good time to use the 2-hole technique since I'm right on the edge. Let's go ahead and try the 2-hole technique. I'm right on the edge. Let me cut that divider out right there. Cut me a nice little ramp from this chamber down to that one. Right there. Let's see if it's going to work. That'd be a nice place for a close-up, wouldn't it? Let me set you up and we'll see if we can get a close-up out of this. Let's see if that'll work. Yep, looks like it worked. Wow. It's been a while since I've done a 2-hole using hand drill. No, you can't see anything on that. Zoom you back in. Hold on. End of that spindle looks great. This goldenrod did a great job, didn't it? It was worth waiting 10 days for that sucker to dry out. Let's see. Always like to have my stove in the shot. Let's try that. And that's what we're left with. Looks like it could produce another one just about. Let me give you a close-up of this. I'm bad about missing on my close-ups, but I love a close-up. That's y'all. That was a great unexpected turn of events right there. Alright, goldenrod on shortleaf pine, 2-hole method. Thanks for joining me on this one. We'll catch you on the next one.